Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away, there were two best friends named Luna and Leo. They lived in a little house with their pet alien on a little planet made of cardboard boxes. Now, Luna and Leo loved to pretend that their cardboard house was really a spaceship. They'd blast off into outer space to explore the galaxy and look for new planets to discover. But one day they decided that they didn't just want to pretend. Their cardboard house was a rocket ship. They wanted to actually build one. Their cardboard house was a rocket ship. They wanted to actually build one. So they went to the cardboard castle, which was really a big box store, and they bought all these giant cardboard boxes and they cut them together and they made the most amazing rocket ship that had ever been seen in the whole universe. And it even had a real working door and windows. It looked so cool. And then Luna and Leo got into the rocket ship and they strapped themselves in and they pretended to blast off into space. But suddenly, zap, the rocket ship really did blast off into space. The door hissed and whooshed, the engines roared, and before Luna and Leo knew what was happening, they were rocketing through the cosmos at warp speed. They zoomed past planets made of cheese and rockets and even a planet made of giant space meatballs. And then Leo shouted, "Look, Luna, over there. I think we're not going fast enough." Just then, they spotted a planet made of delicious ice cream. It had mountains of fudge and marshmallow. Rivers of caramel flowed down its sides, and there were trees made of sprinkles and cherries. "Wow!" gasped Luna. "Let's land the rocket ship and go explore it." So they steered the rocket ship towards the planet, and they landed it right in the middle of an enormous sundae. Then they opened the door and they climbed out. But as soon as they stepped foot on the planet, they realized that everything was made of ice cream. There were buildings made of cookie dough and houses made of waffle cones, and the ground beneath their feet squished and jiggled like a giant bowl of gelato. Then they heard a voice that boomed, "Welcome to the ice cream planet." They turned around and they saw the biggest waffle cone they'd ever seen. It towered above them like a skyscraper, taller than any building on the tallest planets in the universe. And inside the waffle cone lived a friendly monster made of whipped cream. He had chocolate chip eyes and ears made of marzipan and a smile as wide as a banana split. "I am the keeper of the ice cream planet," boomed the monster, "and you are the first humans that have ever landed here. But why did you come to my planet?" "We just wanted to see what it would be like," said Luna. "It looks so cool." "Oh," said the whipped cream monster. "Well, I'm glad you came. But now I must warn you, everything on my planet is made of ice cream, even the sun and the stars. And if any of that ice cream were to melt, my planet would vanish into thin air." "What? Vanish?" cried Luna and Leo. "That doesn't sound good. How can we stop it from melting?" "You can help me by finding the 5 hidden toppings," said the whipped cream monster. "If you can find those toppings and bring them to me, I can use them to make the most delicious super freeze ray ever. And that will keep all the ice cream on my planet frozen forever." Yay! Cheered Luna and Leo. So the whipped cream monster gave them each a basket and he pointed them towards the 5 different directions of the planet. The 5 toppings are hidden all around the planet, he said. To find them, you'll have to go east, south, west, north and up. Up, said Leo. How do you go up when everything's made of ice cream? The whipped cream monster pointed to a nearby sprinkle tree. You can climb that tree and then jump from branch to branch. That will take you higher and higher until you reach the clouds. Okay, said Leo. Wish us luck. As soon as the whipped cream monster turned his back, Luna and Leo raced towards the sprinkle tree. They climbed up its trunk and then they jumped from branch to branch. It was so much fun, and soon they reached the clouds, where fluffy cotton candy floated above the ice cream planet. But no matter how far they looked, they couldn't see any toppings. Just then, a ladybug landed on Luna's shoulder. It was bigger than any ladybug she'd ever seen before. It had chocolate sauce dripping from its legs and sprinkles stuck to its back. "Excuse me," said Luna. "Are you a topping?" The ladybug shook its head. "I'm not a topping," it said. "I'm a Choco Locust, and only Choco Locusts know where the toppings are hidden. If you want to find the toppings, you'll have to follow me." Luna and Leo followed the Choco Locust across the clouds until they reached a mountain made of fudge. At the top of the mountain sat a glass jar filled with caramel sauce. "That's one topping," said Luna. Carefully, they climbed the mountain and they put the jar of caramel sauce into their baskets. Then the Choco Locust led them to a field of waffle cones. A huge jar of marshmallow cream sat in the middle of the field. They climbed into the jar and put the marshmallow cream into their baskets. Next, they followed the Choco Locust to a river of hot fudge. On the other side of the river sat a small jar of chocolate chips. Again, they climbed over and added the chocolate chips to their baskets. Then the Choco Locust took them to a forest of cherry trees. Hidden beneath some leaves sat a jar of chopped nuts. "Wait a second," interrupted Leo. "Don't you need 4 toppings, not 3? Where's the last one?" The ladybug smiled. "Of course you need 4 toppings," she said. "You silly, you already found the 5th topping. You just don't know it yet." They all looked around, and then Luna gasped. "The whipped cream," she cried. "All this time we've been carrying the whipped cream with us." They raced back to the whipped cream monster as fast as they could. They climbed up the waffle cone and handed him their baskets. The whipped cream monster used his powerful freeze ray to turn all the ice cream on the planet into rock-hard gelato. Then he turned to Luna and Leo and he said, "Thank you for saving my planet. Now you may have anything you want." "Wow," said Luna. "I'd like to go home now." "Me too," said Leo. As soon as they stepped back into the rocket ship, the planet vanished. But as they flew away, they could still see the whipped cream monster waving goodbye from his rocky planet. When they got back to their cardboard house, they told their pet alien all about their amazing adventure. The alien, who was really a prince from a distant planet, listened intently while sipping his cup of tang. "You were very brave, Luna and Leo," said the alien prince. Perhaps someday I will be brave enough to go on an adventure myself. Oh, you're plenty brave, said Luna. You're the bravest alien I know. And from that day on, Luna and Leo never stopped exploring the great big universe. They made so many amazing discoveries that they even forgot all about the ice cream planet. Except sometimes late at night, when they couldn't sleep, they would hear the faint sound of a whipped cream monster saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you."